Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Let me introduce myself first. My name is Legia Putri Maharani. My student ID is 230204028, and I am here to answer 5 questions from the YouTube videos that talks about self-worth and also procrastinate. So let's get started from the first question. According to speaker, why do people procrastinate even when they care about the task? So actually, people procrastinate not because they are actually lazy or they don't care, but because they care too much. They're afraid of failing or not meeting their own expectation, and that's why delaying the task feels safer, emotionally safer. If the result isn't good, they can blame the lack of time instead of their ability, which protects them from their self-worth. Second, what does the self-worth theory explains about the connection between performance ability and self-worth? So, the self-worth theory says that people often connects their performance to their ability, and then connects ability to their value as a person. Number 3. How does the speaker describe the role of fear of failure and perfectionism in procrastination? So the fear of failure and perfectionists create like very high expectation. They expect really high. So when people worry they won't meet those standards, they become stuck or hesitate or scared to begin. Procrastination becomes a way to avoid the pressure of producing something perfect or avoiding the feeling of failure. Number 4 is, what are some of the strategies suggested by the speaker to overcome procrastination? So, the speaker suggests that building self awareness about why you procrastinated and focusing on a positive motivation, like you have your hopes and goals instead of fear, and breaking the task into smaller. Making the task into smaller, it's can make them easier to do. He also encouraged challenging the belief that your worth depends on your performance and grades. Okay. Number 5 is, why do you think that procrastination is so common among university students in Indonesia? The answer is because procrastination is common because many university students really deal with like a heavy workloads, tight deadlines, and the high expectation from lecturers, teachers, and family. Some also delay that working on their thesis because they fear that their own writing is won't be good enough. While group projects start late because everyone waits for someone else to do their part, or maybe they wait someone to take the lead. On top of that, social media and online entertainment make it easy to escape from the deadline and stressful tasks. So, yeah, students choose short-term comfort instead of over long-term progress. Next question is, the speaker says that procrastination isn't weakness, but the form of self-protection. Do you agree or disagree? So my opinion is, I agree because procrastination often comes from the fear rather than laziness. So some of people delays tasks to avoid the feeling of incapable or being judged or even making mistake. So postponing work becomes a shield that protects their confidence. Instead of seeing it procrastination as a personal flaw, it can be understood as an emotional response to pressure. I think some of people who doesn't learn about responsibility, they don't have much courage to do the assignment. When people recognize this, they can treat themselves with a more and more compassion and find healthier way to manage stress and expectations. Next question, number 7 is, how do Indonesian students usually talk about procrastination as a joke, problems, or something normal? What does that say about students' culture here? Well, actually, Indonesia students usually talk about procrastination as something normal, and sometimes they make it as a jokes. Many jokes about doing tasks like H-1 atau H-1 before deadline This shows that last minute culture is really common, and students also bond over it. It suggests that procrastination here is really widely accepted. So even though many students know it's a problem, it doesn't change anything because they're really getting along with this culture. Next question is, if you could change one thing about your student habit to reduce procrastination, what it would be and why? Well, if I could change my student habits, is I would maybe try to break my assignment into like a daily task so they feel like less overwhelming, like mencicil. Doing a little bit each day helps me to make it way better. Make it apa ya? It's easier for me because it keeps me to stay consistent instead of waiting for the last minutes. Continue to the last number is number 89. The talk ends with a quote saying, "May your choices reflect your hopes, not your fears." What does that mean as a learner? Well, to me, it means that I should make like decision based on what I want to achieve, not on what I am afraid of. As a learner, it reminds me that to focus on growth, curiosity, and goals rather than letting fear of pressure control of my action. I think that's all for me. Thank you very much.